Hey, welcome back to Real Talk. Thanks for hanging out with us. He's Joe. I'm Brad. What do you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about the fact that it's almost spring.
It is almost spring. It's coming.
I feel like I'm going to spring out of my chair.
Weather is warming up. It's good, right?
It feels great. It's really good. And I've missed talking to you. You made me some delicious peanut butter and sandwiches.
Did you enjoy? I heard you
did.
might not have sampled everything that was left.
I know Bradley likes pickles. Who would eat this?
It's a thing.
I'm not eating this. Some things, I actually slandered you, maybe on or off camera, because I was concerned that what you would put in there is something, but it was all pleasant.
Yeah.
I mean, I may not choose pickles and peanut butter, so if you didn't watch that Real Talk, go back and watch me eat.
But you liked the peanut butter and jelly, didn't you?
I did.
And my kids couldn't have bananas that day because I brought it for you and you threw it in a vat of milk. You know, I've been thinking about Real Talk. You know what I think we need? A theme song.
We need a theme committee.
Oh,
A committee of people that would like to give us themes.
That's
and
good.
songs.
yeah. Tell us what our theme song could be.
And merch.
Merch,
Theme song,
some
merch.
Real Talk merch, and I also thought if we had some sort of pet on the, on the set.
Scurrying.
Yeah. So, are you up for that? I don't know.
Oh, are you kidding
I
me?
mean, like a fish tank or something at least, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
you
buying
want something with four legs.
We're buying. We'll next week. We'll have a pet.
Okay. All right, so you mentioned spring. 1 year ago, as we approached spring this week, we had a plan for Real Talk, and it all went sideways. Why?
Because our cameras broke.
Oh.
Yep. The power went out.
Oh.
Right, something simple.
Remember for like 3 months we refused to say the word coronavirus, COVID, pandemic, or quarantine. We couldn't say those on Real Talk.
They were like cuss words.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, guess what we're going to talk about today? And we were going to talk about 1 year ago today.
We should.
We should have just stuck with that.
Cussing?
Cursing. Because we were talking about words and how we use words, and we had arrived at the week of cursing, and maybe it was the Lord's provision that we had to talk about COVID instead of cursing. But here we are.
All COVID has become a curse.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about cursing.
Cursed
Is that
COVID.
good? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, about cursing.
Naughty words.
It's. Is that how you learned them growing up? Bradley, don't say any naughty words. Is that?
Let me
Did
ask
your mom say that?
Let
to
me
you?
ask you this. Do you want to hear something interesting? I've never heard my mom curse, ever.
Not true of mine. Sorry, Mama.
My mom says things like, oh, fiddlesticks, and things
She's
like
what-
that.
But isn't that the same?
Well, that's a good question. We're going to talk about that. But before we get into it, let me ask you this. Why does it feel so good to curse?
Are you confessing? Is this?
I mean, a little bit. Why does
is this
it
confession?
feel so good?
Okay, Brad, tell me in the last week, you come to confession, you're a priest.
I can't.
When you want to confess,
Shouldn't do this
I
on
said,
camera.
Why does it feel so good?
It feels
Oh,
real.
fiddlesticks.
Exactly.
Feels better to say, oh,
Exactly. Why? Why is there a select group of words that if I just yelling anything doesn't feel good, but a curse word, like if you just go, oh, pasta sauce, like that doesn't mean anything. But if you just let it rip, it feels good. Why
does.
is that?
I don't know. That's interesting. I never thought about it that way, but I kind of like thinking about it. I guess if it didn't feel good, it wouldn't be, I don't know. Like it wouldn't work.
Do it, yeah.
Or you wouldn't do it if it didn't have a.
I mean, it feels good.
And I
blow
know
off a
you've
little
practiced.
steam. Yeah.
Is it better to do that, blow off some steam that way, than throw a desk? Probably both of them are wrong. Is that what you're going to say the
I've done
Bible
both.
says?
All right.
Fiddlesticks.
We're gonna figure out why it feels good to use
Mrs.
curse
Hickson,
words.
I applaud your ability to fiddlestick.
Right?
instead
Sometimes
of-
she'll say rats.
Wow, what a woman.
Right?
No wonder you have come from such good stock.
Thank you.
You know, I can see why.
All right.
This all makes sense.
So, Paul writes to the Ephesians, nor should there be any obscenity, foolish talk, or coarse joking, which are out of place, but rather only thanksgiving. Not even coarse joking. Like he's taking away all our fun.
He says, no
what? Obscenities, no coarse joking, no foolish talk should come out of your mouth. So I guess what that means is like we have to say cursing
Fits the category.
fits the category of sin, of commanded not to do it. But why? Why? It's just a few harmless words. We have like, I don't know, well, we could count them, 6 or 7 words that probably don't say those, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Why? They're just words.
And they're words that like over time meanings change.
Oh, right.
And like something could be a curse word in the past, but now isn't. And
Right.
something is, then it's like, who makes these decisions?
Oh yeah.
What's a curse word?
There's a Netflix special on the history of curse words.
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it, but maybe I will.
That's kind of interesting. There's something about the word that has power, I guess.
Yeah.
But does it ever mean like, does it ever actually have to do with the motivation of your heart?
Well, right
mean-
before that, Paul says, he lists a bunch of sins, sexual immorality, greed, impurity, and he says these things are improper for God's holy people. They're kind of below
He puts
way God's people-
coarse joking.
I mean, it's in the same
Yeah.
phrasing, the same context. It's kind of below the level of holiness that God wants for his people. So yeah, I mean, it has to do with behavior, but it also has to do with the heart, of course.
So there's a way that we're supposed to live if I'm following the logic. There's a way that we're supposed to live as followers of Jesus. And in some ways, he's calling us to something higher, something to live in a higher way, a better way.
But
than-
why does it matter if I hit my thumb with a hammer and I go, oh, shucks? Or if I hit my thumb with a hammer and goes, like, why does it matter what word comes out of my mouth?
I'm not sure in that scenario it does.
Oh.
I mean, if I'm going to nitpick it at
Yeah,
it, I'm
yeah,
going to
it's
nitpick
good.
like on one level, it's like you by yourself and you yell what you just yelled, which I can't say on camera. Like, is that wrong? Because God knows your heart. You're in the middle of pain and you're expressing yourself. But I think probably at a deeper level, having self-control is probably the issue. Like, do I have, James says, the tongue is this evil
Yeah.
that has this ability to control our whole bodies like a rudder.
Yeah.
So there's probably, even in that, in my anger. I mean, maybe I don't cuss, but I throw a desk.
Yeah.
Do you like have any self-control over yourself? You're angry and you let something fly and slip. Okay, that's probably better than throwing a desk or throwing the hammer through the car window.
Yep.
But Paul, I think, would say part of the fruit of the Spirit is have self-control over your body, over your mouth, over your mind. That's probably at play in cussing and coarse joking. Do you have self-control?
That's good. Is it ever okay then
To cuss?
to cuss?
Well, I would think. Because words have original meaning. So let me tell you a
Okay,
story.
all right.
So I'm like 16 years old, and I'm at church, and my pastor, my youth pastor, he's teaching the Bible, and he looks up from his lesson, and he goes, some people hear the Bible over and over and over, and you just don't give a damn. And like in that context and situation, this is like 1992, for my pastor to say, you don't give a damn?
Oh yeah,
high
just jarring.
we all sat up, and like I was going, in my mind, I'm like, he's really trying to get my attention. And as I reflect back on that, I think that was the right use of words. You could say, well, he cussed. It's like, yeah, I guess he used the word damn, and in our society, that would be considered a cuss word. Maybe not the grand poobah of all cusses, but he was definitely a cuss word. And yet, I think he expressed with that language exactly what he was trying to convey.
Okay.
Is that a cuss? Probably, but was it used in an appropriate way? I think so.
Okay.
He was very self-controlled. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
placed it exactly with the way he wanted to use
It wasn't necessarily out of unjust anger, maybe even
Yeah.
out of righteous anger
Absolutely.
for the frustration that he
Yep.
was
Yes, definitely.
exhibiting.
So is
All
there
right.
ever a place for it? There's probably flippancy and lack of self-control and sloppy and
Yep.
coarse joking and people acting stupid. I mean, I worked for one guy. He could use the F word in every part of speech there
Yeah.
ever was. It's like, at some point, like, come on, bub.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? But I don't know. I think there's probably ever an appropriate time for the use of a word that's not falling into the category. I think of Paul saying in Ephesians 4:29, kind of my life verse, because this has been a struggle for me. He says, Ephesians 4:29. I memorized it, and now I can't remember.
How about I read it for you? Because I have it right here.
Do not let any unwholesome
Wholesome talk,
talk
yeah.
come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So if I add that caveat to it, it's like, Joe, this isn't about what you say that's wrong or bad. It's about using your mouth to build people up according to their needs, that it benefits those who listen. Okay, now I see my mouth is intended to be a place that brings encouragement. And cussing, is cussing ever an encouragement? Maybe. Maybe it could be used as an encouragement.
Yeah.
But most times it's used as a discouraging, unwholesome. It's not.
Yeah.
It's tearing people down
Right.
with words. And that's, I think, in a category that the Bible would say, no, don't use your mouth that way.
Okay.
That's hard.
So, yeah. All right, so let's be practical for a minute. What helps you? Okay, so like you get frustrated, you get annoyed by something. Maybe we all get in patterns where we use certain phrases and language. And so what helps you? Like when you're in traffic and some cuts you off and you want to let them have it. What helps you? I'll give you a story. So last week, there's a particular store that when I go in, I want to say bad words. Okay, like you can just, I don't know, guess. Okay?
Why do you continue to go?
Well, we had to go there to get something. So last week we go there, and I told Nicole when we pulled in the parking lot, this store, man, it makes me say bad words, but I'm not going to say any bad words about any of the people or anything that's going on in this store.
Pat you on the back.
No, listen.
Good job.
Listen. So we went in, and I survived.
You made your...
Yeah, getaway, clean. And like an hour later, she's like, we have to go back there again. And I was like, no, I can't make it through it 2 times. I literally, when we pulled back in the parking lot, I literally was like, okay, God, like I need your help. Because I hate this place, and I just want to let it rip.
Just a little friendly advice, like stay home. Just stay home. It's not worth it.
No, but what helps you?
No, the
like
Spirit of
sometimes
God,
actually,
right? You
it's
have to
like,
pray. Absolutely. The Spirit of God helps you. I mean, if that's not an answer, I don't know.
That's my answer, is like, I need the Spirit of God to help me because I'll get in these patterns of it.
Mm-hmm. I would think, and maybe this is a less obvious one. I mean, to me, that's the best answer right there.
Yeah.
But less obvious one, it's like when I'm working with a bunch of guys growing up on a farm and in landscaping where they can use language for every part of speech, and I'm around that all the time, they fly a lot faster and easier when I'm hanging with people that, or if you're listening to music, if you're watching television programs, you're binging Netflix with language that's just coarse and coarse joking. I mean, fill your mind with that, and guess what's going to come out of you? It's sort of simple, but it's just true.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, I want to associate with people that have self-control.
Yeah.
I want to be entertained even by people that have a level of self-control. Right. I'm not a prude. It doesn't mean I'd never watch movies or around people that use colorful language, but are my main associations with people that only cuss? I mean, it's going to negatively impact your language. There's just no way around it. Mm-hmm. Guilty by... No, it's just like you just hear it all the time, and when you hit your finger with it or somebody cuts you off, you're going to...
Well, you do what you do what you've seen. So you just repeat what you've seen and heard, right?
For sure.
That's good.
And I kind of want to not be prudish about this and even say, like, we're talking as 2 pastors who love the Bible, take the Bible seriously. Like, there's a way of legalism that, like, the pendulum swings and you never utter a possible, or like you can't ever say hell or damn. It's like, don't be prudish about this.
Do you want to run through more of them? You want to give us a list?
No, I prefer not to.
Okay.
So it's like, the standard isn't never curse, I don't think.
Yeah.
But is that what people would think about when they associate you with behavior? Are you known as the person who always flies off the handle with foul language? If that's what you're known for as a follower of Jesus, that's a problem.
Right.
You slip up and drop a word here or there, like, it's not a one-way ticket to hell.
Right.
As followers of Christ, let's continue to grow in self-control and obey the Bible. Use your mouth to build people up.
And like anything we talk about obeying the Bible, ask the Spirit of God to help you.
Yep, for sure.
Good. So don't cuss too much. And would you like to, well, I'll just tell the people that your annual New Year's resolution is to stop cussing.
And I'm like, I've made improvement. I've really grown.
I agree.
I think my wife would say, and my family and the people, would you say, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better at using words the right way.
Good.
Yeah.
We want to hear, what kind of pet should we have on the set?
Yeah. Or merch.
Or merch.